Saturday morning here. Let's see. Alrighty. It's 6:23 a.m. in the morning and it's 85 degrees outside. Yep. And it's humid. It is humid out there today, guys. Reading the chat when I get to work. Usually on here for about 45 to 50 minutes. Welcome. Check out my new videos. I put new videos out every day. Make sure you leave a comment. I will get back to you on the comment. That way I can find your channel. So how's everybody doing today? Good morning. Don't forget to hit the like button. Share out the live. Welcome. Yes, how's everybody doing this morning? So it's 6:25 a.m. and 86 degrees outside. A lot of clouds. Yep. It's that monsoon weather, as they say. So make sure you check out all those amazing channels on my channel list and on my family and friends list and my community tab. And everybody I support, anybody that supports me, I support them back. If you have videos, make sure that way I can look at your videos so I can leave a comment. So, very important, people. Watch the videos. I always watch them completely. Because you have to give the full support. Not just say, I'm giving you full support. That doesn't help. Come on. You know who they are. Come on. And anytime you put on there, I'm giving you full support. Why do you have to say that for? That's not that. See, that they're telling me that why should I trust that you're going to get full support? It's better to just give the support and leave a good comment. So how's everybody doing today? Saturday morning here. A lot of clouds. Sun doesn't want to come out yet. Which is in a good way, but the clouds, if it rains, it's going to be humid. Then the humidity level is going to go up. That's not good. Yeah, look at them clouds out there. Dark. Well, depending which way the wind is going, if it's coming this way, clouds are going to be coming in. Yeah, so check out all those amazing channels like James Guy, Iron Dog, My Animal House, Kurt Wood, Derek's Reptiles, KY Constrictors, TNT Balls, Keys Constrictors, Spider Mom, Mark the Spider Guy, Sherry Matcat. Let's get Sherry Matcat. She wants to get to 300. So she can give a giveaway. Got a giveaway coming up. Go check her out. This is the part where the internet goes in and out, guys. So we'll see how it goes today. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Yeah, so check out them amazing channels on my community tab. Check out MDT. Check out Annie. Check out Scott's Inverts. No, is it Scott Reptiles? I forget now. But they're on there. Check out Zelda. He does Hot Wheels from Indonesia. Check out Fantastic Guru. He does baseball cards and helps out people get on their bus. Go check out Tony Diecast. He just put out a unboxing video. Go check out all those amazing channels. Check out Mondial from the Philippines. Zyla from the Philippines. Go check out Venus Martinez. She's from Canada. Toronto, I believe it is. I think she said Toronto. She speaks English and Spanish. She's bilingual. Habla español. Buenos días, everybody. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending wherever you're at. How's it going? Yeah, I checked on my jumping spider. It's doing good. It ate its meal. Its booty's nice and plump. The tarantula out in the wild is doing fine. Still haven't seen anything come out of those holes out there in the wild. Yeah, so go check out all those channels. Let's see what other channels are on there. Got a lot of channels on there. Just go check them out. Go down the list of all the channels there. You got oh yes, you got Nitro. Nitro, go check out Nitro's channel. Go check out Sherry. It's a different Sherry. She's a nice lady. She likes talking to people, making friends. Go check her out. Yeah, it's gonna probably get hotter later on, depending how the clouds go. Welcome everybody. I usually read the chat afterwards when I get to work. Make sure you check out everybody else's channel that's on the chat also. Got some amazing people. Go check out also magnet fishing, squirrel magnet fishing. Go check out Terry, Catfish Terry. He has an amazing channel. Go check out all those amazing channels, everybody. Make sure you share the love. We got enough hate out in the world, man. Yeah, a lot of jackrabbits out there where I work at also. Still seeing those 3 jackrabbits that are around. Haven't seen the coyotes. Maybe I'll see some snakes or something. We'll see. Go check out the videos, everybody. Welcome. Yep. Yeah, so everybody, talk to your kids, man. I don't know what's going on with the kids nowadays. A lot of sad tragedies. Kids killing kids and people. Somebody needed to talk to them. Give them some love. Kids taking their own lives. Why? I don't know. Was their life that bad that they had to take their life because nobody was talking to them? Nobody could spend a little time listening to their story. Make sure to talk to your kids, man. And prayers for Terry there, that Catfish Terry. He was in the hospital recently. He's having heart problems. He's out of the hospital, but he's not 100%, so make sure you pray for him. There was another gentleman. Oh my God, I'm trying to remember his name. He was talking about his daughter and his daughter's boyfriend. They were climbing some cliff somewhere. They fell off the cliff. Boyfriend survived, but she ended up dying. She was only, I think she was 18 years old. Sad. Gotta be safe. You know, if you're gonna do some rock climbing or stuff like that, you gotta be safe. Wear all the right gear, helmets. Do it in a safe place. I guess the area they were at, where they fell, there was a bunch of rocks, so it wasn't a safe area. You know, so prayers for the family. And hopefully Sherry, she was kind of sad the other day. You know, there was some drama that happened on her show. I mean, she brought on some people on there, and you know, things happen. But that's the problem when you let people on your panel. You know, you're the host. It's your responsibility to, if you don't like what you're hearing, shut it down. Tell them to stop. If they don't stop, kick them out. Simple as that. You know. I mean, sometimes you try to help people, you know, and then they end up getting mad at you because you try to help somebody. That happens. I mean, I know people that did that, and now they're kind of banned from certain channels. You know, not everybody's gonna agree with what you think. You know, so you gotta watch what you say. It's a free platform. But you know, it's a platform to entertain. If your entertainment is causing drama, and that's what your channel's about, then hey, people like drama. It's basically real life drama. You know. But then sometimes people get hurt, get their feelings hurt. Then they go to their channel and start talking stuff about about what happened. It's like you chose to go up there. You know, that's what I don't understand, you know. If you go up to a panel and then they don't allow you to voice your opinion, then just get off. I mean, you know, there's channels like that basically they want to make fun of people, you know, or that's their choice. But then you have the choice to get off of the panel. You don't have to stay there. As they say, freedom of speech. You know? I mean, I've gone up on people's panels, but I always respect the host and respect others. You can joke around, you know. But that goes both ways. If you want to joke around, then when they joke back, don't get mad. So, you know, and if you hurt, if voices, if somebody voices that you hurt their feelings or something, you should handle it and go, you know what? I'm sorry if I did offend you. I'm not. It won't happen again. That's what you have to do. You know, I might have offended somebody. You never know. That's why I always say, you know, hey, if I offended you, I'm sorry, but didn't mean to do it. You know, sometimes it happens. You raised your voice too much, trying to get your voice out, but raising your voice, screaming and yelling back and forth when somebody else is talking, it's not going to get anywhere. Because what will happen is they'll make you look bad. You need to let them talk. Let them say all they want. Then after they finish, okay, now it's my turn. If they don't respect it, if you try to voice your opinion and they don't respect it, then say, okay, I guess you're not letting me voice my opinion, then I guess that's it. I'm out of here. You know, it's you know, you can't be childish. You know, it's like you can't be like a little kid and yeah, you know. I remember when I was with my brother, when we were younger, you know, he would like to argue. And then the more I argued, the more he argued. Until I said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to, that's it. Let him talk. You can talk to the air. As they say, talk to the hand. You know, just let him talk. I guess that's why I've been with my wife for so long, you know. Been with my wife, married for over 31 years, known her for over 41. You know, I'm going to be 62 this year. I mean, no, I'm going to be 61 this year. I'll be 62 next year. You know, and, you know, relationships, there's no perfect relationship. If you're trying to look for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, there's no such thing, man. You have to work at your relationship. It goes both ways. You have to show respect. You have to show respect to your wife or your husband. If you don't respect them, you're not going to get the respect. And the thing is, if you're not happy with the marriage, you need to sit down and talk to her and say, look, this is the reason I'm not happy. A lot of times it can be fixed. Sometimes it can't. And you know, sometimes they stay together because why? Because of the kids. And their life is miserable. Especially if there's abuse in the family. If there's abuse in the relationship, that's not good. If there's abuse, you shouldn't stick together. Try to get away. I know sometimes it's to the point where they keep you prisoner and they threaten your life. If you leave, I'm going to kill you. You know, well, you need to find somewhere to go where you can be safe and protected. There is people out there that help. You know, go find it. There's, you know, nowadays, the internet, you can find anything on the internet. But make sure they will help you. and you need to talk to somebody in the police department, because at least they'll have a report. Because if you don't make that report, then when you come out, become missing, all of a sudden, oh, I don't know what happened to her. I don't know, and they make you look the bad and say, well, maybe she left. She wasn't happy. So, and then make sure you don't go to somebody that's gonna tell your significant other, what you're saying, because then they're not gonna help. They're gonna just make it worse. It's like, especially if they're the ones that are trying to get into the relationship. Sometimes people want to break up relationships. That's another thing you gotta watch. Sometimes you think that your best friend is helping you, and no, they're not. They're the ones causing the problem. So you gotta be careful. Your best friends could be your worst enemies. So, but work at your relationship. You have to communicate, and not on the phone. It's good to communicate on the phone, so that way there's a record. But you need to sit down and talk to them. And don't use the kids against each other. It's the worst thing, especially when they break up. She was the love. At first, she was the love of life. Oh, I love him and this and that. Then all of a sudden, now she's the B word. She's the C word. You can't do that. You can't tell your kids. You just got to say to your kids, tell them the truth. Look, me and your dad, me and your mom, it has nothing to do with you guys, because sometimes the kids will think it's their fault. Oh shoot, I was bad. Now mom and dad broke up. They're getting divorced because of me. No, you got to talk to your kids, explain to them, because you're gonna now they're gonna be their life is gonna be terrible, and they're gonna and then their relationships are gonna be bad. If it's an abusive relationship, the kids are gonna see it. Kids see the abuse, and they see it. Sometimes they can do something about it. Sometimes they can't. So, yes, talk to your kids, talk to your husband and wife. Work at that relationship. Because it's not going to help when you come home and then all of a sudden they're mad at you and you're like, what's going on? What did I do? And they're like, well, you know what you did. They don't know. That's the problem. And then sometimes, there was somebody was saying a story that they hit their husband because some lady told her, me and your husband are fooling around, when it wasn't true, but yet she believed it. So before she even investigated and found the truth, she hit him. It's like, come on. That's not going to solve anything, And if you're mad, sometimes a little time away, let the tensions go down a bit, Sometimes that'll help. But don't give up. Because if you do, it's like my wife always, get mad at me because I wouldn't argue with her, or if I wouldn't just, I always said, yeah, all right, you're right, even if she wasn't. Because why argue? At the end, you're gonna lose the argument anyway. So it's like, yeah, okay, you're right. Sometimes that's what it has to take, or she'll like, get out of here, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna leave. I'll go to another room, stay away from them for a bit. Because then if you leave, then well, why'd you leave? Oh, see, you don't care. That's always, it's like, or like, hey, I'm gonna go somewhere, and they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, you can go. But they say it in that way, like, oh shit. And they're like, you go, well, if you don't want me to go, I won't go. And they're like, no, go ahead. And they don't want you to go. But then you go, and then guess what? Now they're going to use that against you. Because they never forget it. Once you make a mistake, they're always going to bring it up. So there's no such thing as, it's like my dad, he fooled around, had other kids with another woman. I have stepbrothers and stepsisters that I've never met. Spoke to one stepsister, but never met her. I think I got maybe 3 or 4. I don't know how many stepbrothers and sisters. But my dad, one time he asked me, he goes, are you mad at your stepbrothers and stepsisters? I'm like, okay, why would I be mad at them if I don't even know them? They did nothing wrong to me. You're the one that messed up, not them. It's like, what am I going to say? Oh, why are you here? My dad, fooled around. He tried to say, oh, it was a mistake. Okay, I can understand one mistake, but when you have 4 or 5 kids, that's no mistake. Come on. And then he's gonna try, and then they're gonna try to blame, well, it was her fault. The other woman's fault. No, it was your fault. You have you're not stupid. Well, yeah, I guess some people are stupid, but you have the power of saying no. It's like if somebody's trying to break up your marriage, like trying to get in there, just tell them you're not interested. Because it never fails. It's either at work or you go somewhere and then you meet the person, But that's the thing. They're always going to be somebody out there that's trying to. They might be crazy. There's some people that are crazy out there, because I remember one time I had a fish tank. I had a 10-gallon fish tank aquarium, and I used to go to the fish store, buy fish, ask the person that works there. She was a female, but the thing is, I was never by myself. I always had my son with me, my older son with me. He was always around. That's the thing, because I would, my wife would work. When I would work, she would be off, so she'd take care of our son. When I was When she was at work, I would take care of him. So he would always be with me. And we'd go to the fish store and look at the fish. And I go, hey, let's see which fish we got. Ask her questions about fish. Say hello, and that's about it. But apparently this girl, I don't know if my wife, but she says that supposedly this girl said that we were having an affair. And I'm like, having an affair? When was this? I mean, it's like, when was this? I mean, I don't remember this, and as God is my witness, I never did fool around on it. Haven't, and I never will. Because it's not worth it. There's no such thing as, oh, you're never going to get caught. You're going to get caught because the other woman or the other man is gonna try to break up your marriage because that's the reason they know, either they know or they find out that you are married. So now they want to, because especially if you have money or something, or they think you have money, or their relationship sucks and they want a better relationship. But then if you're fooling around, it's like, what makes you think that the person that's fooling around with you with somebody else is going to be faithful to you? And then the thing is, some people, it's like they say, you had steak at home, but you went and got a hamburger somewhere else. I see these guys fooling around, with other women. Look at all these stars like Arnold messed around with the maid. She wasn't very good looking, the maid, but yet he fooled around with her. It's like, why? My brother-in-law, he fooled around a bunch of times. My father-in-law, he had a bunch of kids. My dad, it's like, and then they try to hide it, and it's so stupid because my dad, it was so funny because he was never at home, because he was a truck driver, so he's always on the road, and so then he would call me. The thing is, he would call me from another phone, and he would call collect. So that means I have the record of what phone he called from. So, I could call the other phone if I wanted to. And I did. That's how I found out the other family. My mom, see, that's another thing. My mom knew this, but she never said anything. She kept it quiet, a secret. That's another thing. They keep it a secret. Keep the kids out of it. Yes, but when your kids are old enough to know better, you should at least tell them, hey, this is what's going on. But no, they hide it. Now look at this. I'm 60 something years old. I'm finding out stuff from my mom. Because my daddy was in the military also. He was in Germany. Who knows? I might have a brother and sister from over there. Because my dad supposedly fooled around, told my mom that he fooled around over there. So who knows? He was in Italy and in Germany. Hey, maybe I got an Italian brother or sister, or German brother or sister. You never know. A lot of kids were born that way from the military. But so it's like, he's all like, oh yeah, he was trying to get us to live all together in a house. I'm like, he was like, oh, aren't you gonna get a house? He was always trying to pawn off the kids or pawn off the family off, put them together. My father-in-law was the same way. Wanted all the family together, I mean, they did find each other, and some brothers, step brothers and sisters do get along, some don't. You know, because they think that the other family is living. It's like we were living in hotels, almost homeless, and they were the same way. That's the way my dad had us, roaming from town to town, you know. And the kids were like, the other kids were thinking that we were, because I talked to one of the oldest, one of the sisters, stepsisters, and she was, we were talking about where we lived and stuff like that, and then, oh yeah, I thought you guys were in a house, in a mansion, and all this, well, no. At one time we did have a house, but we lost it, thanks to Dad. We had two houses. One we sold, and later on we sold the other one. Then we moved in. We actually between my grandmother and my dad, we had four houses. So two of them got sold. Then we lived in another one, and then we almost lost the other two. So then they ended up having to sell both of them. And this was back in the 70s, like 1979. 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom homes. So, you think, oh, well, everything's Disneyland, as they say. No, it's not. But that's the way it is. But you have to work at relationships. But you have to communicate. It's like I remember the day that I questioned my dad about all this that was going on. Because the problem that happened is we got a letter in the apartment that we were living at that we were getting evicted because he didn't pay the rent. And that was all that he had to do, was pay the rent. We were there 6 months. He only paid 3 months. So we owed the landlord 3 months of rent. Luckily, this man was and he was a sheriff also. But he was a very good person. He sent us a letter and told us, I'm sorry, that I have to do this and kick you out. But you have 30 days that you need to move, because, your husband hasn't paid me rent. My dad met him as a truck driver, met him because he was a sheriff. I don't know what, maybe he was giving him a ticket, who knows? But he met the sheriff, and I guess they became friends or something, because he let him rent one of his apartments from him, and then let him off that many months without paying rent. It's like, if you would have said something, if I would have known, I would have paid the rent. So then I started questioning him. Hey, well, why didn't you pay the rent? You're that's all you had to pay. Well, I didn't make enough money in this. I'm like, no, don't give me that. You didn't make enough money. What do you mean you didn't make enough money? I saw the income tax. My mom had to sign them. I'm old enough to know better. I was already in my 20s. It's like, hey, you can't use that. I was working, I was making money. I could have paid the rent too. But he's like, oh, no, you're trying to make excuses. And then I try to, then I start telling him about the other kids and the other family and all this. And he doesn't like it, man. He's like smoking a cigarette right after another, smoking a whole pack of cigarettes in less than a couple of hours there, because he knows he messed up. But he doesn't want us to hear it. So I'm telling him all this, and then I go, well, what other, try to hide it. And I'm like, oh, you want me to call him? I got the phone number right here, because you're stupid enough to call on the damn phone from their house, because I talked to them and then asked them who he was, and So don't try to cover it up. You know, when you're like, I already found the answers out. And then he's all, well, you have no right to ask me these things. The only person that has the right to is your mother. I go, yeah, but she's not asking because she doesn't ask anything. She doesn't say anything. That's the problem. I'm asking for her. You know, if you don't want us anymore, you don't want nothing to do with us, then leave. I told him, you know what? We don't need you. You haven't been around. What do we need you for? You didn't pay the rent. That's all you had to do. It's like, and then he's all like, well, what did you do with your money? I can tell you exactly what I did with my money. I paid all the bills, gas, water, electric, phone. The phone that I have the number from the other family that you have. It's like, you know, he tries to cover it up. You know, it's like, oh no, it's not. It wasn't. That's not that way. It's no, this. It's always excuses. I'm like, you know what? Don't give me excuses. It's like you should have known better. You know, try to blame. You know, like, oh well, what are you mad at the other kids? No, they have nothing to do with it. You know. Let's see who was in here. Vino, Bud, welcome. Juka, what's up? Zelda, Vino, Yuka, Milan, welcome. Yes, thank you, Vino. Go cut the lawn. Yeah, death to billionaires. Yeah. But billionaires, they do so much. Aling, Suzanne, welcome. What's up? Billy, hey, good morning. Yeah, so people think it's like I remember the Brady Bunch. Everybody watched. I don't know how old anybody is, but the Brady Bunch, the perfect family. Even the perfect family is not perfect, as they say. You know. Hey, Bear, what's up? Welcome, Bear. That's the thing. There's no such thing as a perfect family. You're not gonna find a perfect wife, perfect husband, but you have to work at it. And it's like if you, it, there's always gonna be temptation out there, and the temptation that's going to be out there, it's up to you, if you're a man or a woman, to you know go after the temptation. There's always going to be somebody flirting with you. They always my wife always accused me of oh, you're flirting, this and that. I always say hello to everybody. It's my nature because I've always worked in retail, customers. You always talk nice to customers and stuff like that. But you don't want to take it to an extreme, because there is some people that they flirt with the customer because they want to make a sale, and then later on they end up having problems because they flirted too much, and now they take it the wrong way. You know, they take it the wrong way, and then they're like, oh, this guy wants more with me. No, that's the thing. And then you're gonna get accusations, man. I remember one time we were in the store, and my wife's like, oh, why is that woman staring at you? I'm like, I don't know her. Ah, yeah, you do. You probably know her. It's probably one of your. I'm like, no, I don't know her. And then to top it off, this lady, it never fails. You could be going to the same stores. It's like when you're following a car, and then like they turn and you turn the same way, and then these people like start getting there. Oh man, why is this car following me? Same thing with in the store. All of a sudden you see that same person in another store that you went to, and then my wife's all like, oh, what, she's following you, I'm like, who? And then I'm like, I don't know her. I don't even know who she is. But then she starts accusing you. It's just like that fish, like that story I was talking about the fish lady in the aquariums. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm go, you know what? She's crazy. If she thinks that we had a relationship, I don't know when, because your son, ask your son. He's with me every time I've been there. I've never gone by myself, to the fish store because he always goes with me. I go, we always talk about fish. We don't talk, we say hello and that's it, you know. But, the thing is, some people are not all there in their head. They think they're, all just because you smiled at them or just because you said hello to them, they think, oh, you know, same thing at work. If there's an employee, I mean, I worked retail, and there was an employee that she got that she accused somebody of sexual harassment at another store. This was when I used to work at Kragen's, and they were friends as childhood friends, both of them. Then they ended up working together in the same store. One guy, she accused him of sexual harassment. There could have been there might have been sexual harassment. But the thing is, then they moved her to my store, and I told everybody, because one of the employees, started singing a song while she was around. We were working in an area, and then there was a song called, it's getting hot in here. Let's take off all your clothes. And then I'm like, hey, I told the guy, hey, you know what? It's an inappropriate song. Don't start singing that. That's stop it now. I put a stop to it. And, because I didn't want, she's there. She already accused somebody of sexual harassment. I go, so you don't need that. And then there's I had another employee. She was very like handsy, as they say, handsy, like, oh, hi there. And then starts, like touching your shoulder or, rubbing herself against you. Is like kind of like a cat. Like when you have a cat, cats always come and then they go on your legs and they're like rub their, they're like rubbing their scent on you. This girl was like, oh, hey, hi, good morning. And then, she's an employee. And then she's like, I'm in my, I think at that time I was in my 20s or a little, almost, yeah, a little bit older, close to my 30s, but I was in my 20s and she's like real young, maybe 19, much much younger than me. But then I'm a manager. I'm management. She isn't, and I have to you know talk to her, show her how to do the job. You know, but then she like comes up next to me. Welcome, Weaves. What's up? What's up? And she comes up next to me and then kind of like goes like this. I'm like, what the heck? I go, you know what? I go, I put a stop to it right then and there. I said, that's not appropriate. Don't be rubbing against people. I mean, what is she, a cat or something? I don't know. I mean, apparently she's a flirty kind of person. But see, then people gonna take it the wrong way, and they're gonna start something, and then it's bad. So I put a stop to it. I said, no, 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 don't do that. And then you have to put a stop to it. You have to say no. And if you don't, and if it's something happens, it could be a guy or a girl. I've worked with guys. They play, they horseplay. They slap you in the behind in your butt, and I was like, what the heck? Why'd you don't be doing that. I've told people, I go, hey, you might think that's funny playing around like that with somebody else, but with me, that's not good. You don't do that shit. You do it again, I'm reporting your ass right now. It stops here. You don't do that. If it's a male or female, it doesn't matter. You have to put a stop to it, because if you let it go, it's gonna go into where you don't want to go, and then there's going to be accusations, and oh well, he didn't have a problem with it. No, no, no. See, that's the thing. If something makes you feel uncomfortable, you need to tell them. If and you need to tell somebody in authority, this is what happened. I've already told him to stop. Now, if he doesn't stop, then you already have proof that you told him and you told somebody in authority. Because if you don't, guess what? You can't prove sexual harassment. There has to be an accusation first, and somebody has to be told to stop. Once that is set, the next time it happens, that's sexual harassment. It was already the first time, but it's going to be hard to prove because they think it's not they think it's right. Or like somebody starts calling you, "Oh, honey," because we went through classes, sexual harassment classes because we were management, and that was a thing. There's people that call you honey or babe. They've always called people that. But in the workplace, it's not appropriate because then somebody's going to take it the wrong way, and it's going to get reported. So I mean, there was an older lady that I used to work with. She always called everybody honey, everybody, that way, But then we went through the classes. Go, oh shit, I guess I can't say that no more. Yeah, that's what happens. So, but like I said, you can always say no. You can't blame. Oh, no. You could have said no. You didn't have to say yes. So thanks a lot, everybody, for coming in. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody, wherever it is that you're at. Till next time, God bless you. And as Keith says, call your mama, tell you love her, and hug your loved ones because you never know how long it's going to be. They could go the next day, the next morning. Always hug them and tell them you love them. Bye-bye, guys.